Okay, part 2 of Bleeker Street, in which we address the notes in the higher register that are sort of the predominant ones that you hear on the recording from the old Wednesday morning 3 a.m. record. Fog's rolling in off the East River bank like a shroud. It covers Bleeker Street, hides the shepherd from the sheep on Bleeker Street. Okay, so the chord shapes here, the basic chord shapes. So now we're capoed on the 9th fret here. Song is still in the key of E, but it feels like G because of our capo. So you see when I make my G chord shape, my bass note's at the 12th fret here, and that's an E. So anyway, G. Let's think of it as a G. So we're gonna go G, D, C, G, back to D, and then G down to E minor, then B, which is the bar chord here, B major, up to C, then G, D, E minor, and then we walk up to G. D, C, G, G. Now I like to play the G here so that I can do that, which is sort of a, he's not the only one, but that's a real Paul Simon thing. You hear a ton of that. So here's that basic pattern. We talked about it in the other video. Thumb every quarter note beat, and then bringing those other fingers on the right hand in every other time, right? So just that by itself is a pretty good thing to practice. So I go thumb and then thumb and first two fingers together. And it looks like those are playing strings 4, 3, and 2. Okay, I changed the pattern accidentally there. So throughout, you can kind of keep this sort of thing going here. Doesn't have to be exactly what I'm playing. Doesn't have to be exactly what Paul Simon's playing, but you want it to be in the ballpark. And the most important thing is that nice steady rhythm, and the thumb drives that rhythm. Ice is breaking on a something cafe. Smiling faces try to understand. I saw a shadow touch a shadow's hand on Bleeker Street. Okay, so I just did something that I didn't tell you about ahead of time, which is that I voiced my D chords funny. You may have run into this in other songs. Instead of voicing the D chord like this, I did this. And all that is, so remember, the low string and the high string are both E's. Anything that's true of the low E string will be true of the high E string and vice versa. So when I play this regular D chord shape, I've got what, if we did not have a capo on, would be an F sharp here. It's a, it's a G sharp in this case. It doesn't matter. I've got this second fret note of the first string. And And all that I'm doing is I'm going to take that second fret of the first string and I'm going to play it down here. Second fret of the sixth string. So I have to change my fingers around to make that work. And the way I like to do it is with fingers fingers 2, 3, and 4. So finger 2 on the second fret of the sixth string, finger 3 on the second fret of the third string, and my pinky finger on fret 3 of the second string. So this is not necessary. It's not strictly necessary. If I went, the poet reads his crooked rhyme. That's regular D chord voicing. Now hear it this way. The poet reads his crooked rhyme. It's not that much different. Holy, holy is his sacrament. Now, the B major, the bar chord, $30. A lot of people hate playing these bar chords. It is easier up this high on the neck. So a lot of people will always play a B7 instead of a B because they don't have to bar the chord. You know, it sounds okay with B7. $30 pays your to see rent, as opposed to the bar chord. $30 pays your rent. When you play the bar chord, just think about it like this. It's like your regular A chord voicing, and I want to bring it up 2 frets. And that means I need to take the bass up with it. 2 frets. So I've got to play and then bring the bass with it. And sometimes I'll play it with my pinky finger instead of my third. Don't let that confuse you. This is getting long again, but that's that sort of iconic little intro part. And you just get, it's the notes on the first string. Actually, I like to play the G here. So there's another thing. I like to play the G this way so that I can do this. And it goes without saying that you don't have to have every little lick in place in order to play the song. You don't have to play it exactly like Paul Simon played it. You can just play the song and make it your own. But if you want to get that sound, see the notes on the first string here? When I play a G chord, I get that 3rd fret note. Then when I switch to D, I get that one. And then I go to C. And then back to G. Although I want to voice it this way. So that's a little tricky there because I'm playing the 3rd fret of the 2nd string there so that we get the... And then immediately he's doing this guy. And that's a whole nother thing all by itself right there. So I'm playing a G in the bass and I kind of hammer on what my first 2 fingers would be doing to a C chord. So there's a lot of little moving pieces in here, and we will talk about them in more detail when we talk in person. So anyway, see if that's helpful at all. Primarily play it the other way with the capo down on the 4th fret, and then do a little experimenting here to see whether this makes sense to you, and we will talk about it later. Okay, thank you.